Good afternoon. My name is Praveen. At Atlastream, we are providing the solution for prominent video streaming technology. Here you can see that there are 3 videos getting streamed from 3 different servers, and the quality is poor for all 3 of them. In server 1, you can see that the quality is consistently poor. In server 2, there are rebufferings. In server 3, there are quality fluctuations. And who haven't faced these kind of issues? We all have, right? And what happens when we face these, especially the rebuffering? Imagine a situation where you are watching your favorite movie online and the rebuffering keeps on happening. If it is your favorite movie, you might wait a while. You might wait for a couple of rebuffering, but eventually you'll stop watching the video. And this is not just us. Statistics shows that 60% of the users globally are facing such kind of issue. More than half of them bail out when the quality is poor. And if the content provider is making revenue out of the advertisement in the video, then there's a huge loss in revenue as well. Just to show you the scale of this problem, we got statistics of the user that bail out of the service because of the poor quality in USA. Here you can see that for Netflix, around 9% of the user bail out, even though they have their in-house team for solving these issues. Amazon have their own streaming server, but then also they have around 19% of bailout. For others, more than half of their customer bail out in a year because of the poor quality. So let's get behind the scene to see that why we are facing such kind of issues. So as an end user, we have some monthly subscription of the video services from the content provider, and we watch these videos using some video player, and that is why the look and feel of the video players are different. The video player that you see on the YouTube is different from the one you see on the Netflix or on the Amazon. Not only in the look and feel, but also the video players are different in the terms that how they adapt the quality of the video based on the changing network situation. Also, to provide us a high quality video, the content providers generally have multiple streaming servers or the CDNs. And these CDNs are supposed to cache the content near to you so that you can get a high quality video. But with multiple streaming server, the content provider face a different set of issues. Those are, firstly, they need to avoid the bottleneck server, because if a content provider is using a bottleneck server, you will keep on facing the rebuffering. Another one is that they struggle to fully utilize all the available server. The current state of technology allows them to use only one server at a time, and they switch between the server when they feel that the one server is not performing well. The third issue is quality fairness. Imagine a situation where there are 2 sets of users. One is connected to a less loaded server, whereas another one is connected to a highly loaded server. Then in this scenario, obviously the set of user which is connected to a highly loaded server will get a poor quality than the other set of user, even though both of them are actually paid the same amount of money as their monthly subscription. So here comes our solution to rescue. We have developed an algorithm that sits on the top of the video player and enables content provider to use all of the server in parallel so that they can deliver a high quality video to the end user. So in the same scenario where we had these 3 servers giving us the poor quality, if we use the same 3 servers in parallel using Atlastream, you can see that the quality is better than any 3 of them. And how we are doing it? We have a sophisticated algorithm that allows us to use multiple servers in parallel and avoid a bottleneck server so that you don't end up with rebuffering. And the best part is we are using the existing video codec. So the 100 and 1000 terabyte of the data that is already there in the server can be used as it is without any modification. We have filed the provisional patent application for this technology last year. So what we get out of it? As an end user, we receive up to 50% higher quality with much less rebuffering and quality fluctuation. As a content provider, we are able to fully utilize our server and give a fair quality to all of our users. And there is zero additional cost. The content providers can use their existing CDN server and video codec as it is. Also, the content provider are now saving the manpower which previously they require for managing the multiple streaming servers or the CDNs. So let's look into the market for the video streaming segment. Since it is an entertainment related segment, so the growth is quite obvious. In the year 2019, we are expecting that the global revenue will reach around 30 billion. Talking of the market, we are reaching the market through B2B model, and our prime customers are the content provider because they are the one who are paying to the CDN server and the web player for providing high quality video. In the future, we are planning to expand to the video players to eliminate any possible competition. Our pricing model is pay-per-view, so the more number of video end user watches because of the high quality, the more revenue gets generated. If we see the competition space for Atlastream, we have either the server-side solution where we have the CDNs or the the CDNs or the streaming server, or we have the web players on the client side. And the web players, they use only one server at a time. But after using Atlastream, we enables them to use multiple servers in parallel so that the quality remains high without any rebuffering or fluctuation. If we see the financial projection for the Atlastream, in the year one, we are moving from the prototype to product and start pilot testing with our clients. In the year two, we'll start making the profit, and because of high scalability of the software-based product and our pay-per-view pricing model, we are expecting a huge growth in revenue in the year three. We are seeking $500,000 in the seed funding round, and major portion of it will go for product evolution and maintenance. And we are keeping 12% for establishing our go-to-market channel, and we are keeping remaining as a reserve in case if we need more than what we are expecting to. We have quite a strong team to achieve our goal. Both I and Abdul Haq are from computer science and mathematics background. Our business advisors have more than 15 years of experience in entrepreneurship. Our technology advisors have numerous number of paper and patent in multimedia systems. Our third advisor, Dr. Ali, is a member of AMPEC standardization committee that decides the current video streaming standard over internet. So we are looking forward to welcoming you at our booth to discuss further. Thank you.
Thank you, Praveen. So let's see if I heard correctly, pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, this is the standard practice. So video players charge in the similar way from the content provider.
That's interesting. All right. Any questions from the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Hi, this is Wilson. I understand that Atlastream actually sits between the, to a certain extent, the original, where the raw content comes in to the CDN servers or the cache servers. So exactly where does Atlastream actually sits? So does it have a single point of failure?
So Atlastream sits on the top of web layer on the client side. So if your device, that is your mobile phone, fails, then obviously you will not be able to see the video. But yeah, if your mobile phone is working fine, your desktop is working fine, obviously you can see the high quality video. So there is no single point of failure. It's on the client side.
So who will be your nearest competitors in the market currently?
So as I have said, currently either there are server-side solution based on the CDN, or there are web players which adapts the quality based on the changing network situation. But currently, the web players cannot use multiple streaming servers in parallel. We are enabling them to use multiple streaming servers in parallel. So obviously, there is no direct competition. We are just sitting between the players and the streaming server to provide a high-quality video.
So you are adding a new layer.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, and that means that you are not improving a specific route of a server or a CDN.
Yeah.
You are basically helping to get the best out of each at every given time.
Yeah, true.
All right, fantastic. Any more questions? Yeah, here.
Thanks for your presentation. So I have one question that, so if using your technology, will the user possibly pay more for that data, like they might use more data?
No, so this is the best thing. We don't download any additional data. We download the same amount of data from different server to provide you a high quality.
Sounds too good to be true. Fantastic. Then what about any additional cost in terms of infrastructure?
No, there is no additional cost. You can use your existing CDN server. You can use the existing encoded data. You even need not to re-encode your videos. Whatever you have paid already for encoding your video is there saved. You can use the existing video as it is.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not very sure about how the pay-per-view will work. So is it an app you are providing which you have to keep running on your device, and it basically takes care of any other video streaming app which sits, because your app, I mean, I'm not very sure how exactly you are, because I may be watching a video on let's say YouTube or Dailymotion or Vimeo or from Netflix or any of the sources. So each of them will you be treating as one view when you go to that software and see the video? So how does the charging work and how do you charge the customer? Is it an app charge that you're charging the customer and that keeps count of how many instances you're running or how many accesses you're trying to make?
Maybe also who is your customer to start with, right?
Thank you for your question. Basically, we are charging either the content provider or the player based on peer peer view. So when you access to the video, it's one view, and this is what we call the impression. So actually, we should talk to the player and we discuss with them about the unit price for a view. Then the player or the content provider, they charging the user also based on their plans.
So you are behind the scenes, right? So
Yes.
if I'm watching Netflix or I'm watching any other provider, is my engagement with them, and you simply improve the experience for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any further question? Yeah?
If you have a choice and if you decide to choose a exit partner to sell into, who would you want to be that partner?
So we would expand to the video players because video players are the one who are now responsible for adapting the quality based on the changing network situation. The servers are there only for the storage of the video. They are not doing any quality adaptation because of the current video streaming standards.
So who will buy you out? Is the question. Who would be interested in your technology and basically provide you an exit?
I guess it would be a web player who want to include this technology into their adaptation logic.
So it would be folks like Amazon or Netflix?
No, so there are web players in the market. Those are like, you don't see them directly because they are not visible as a brand to you, but they are the one who are doing the quality adaptation for the video providers.
All right. I think, one last question.
So what is the market size of this product and what percentage are you targeting?
So as I said that since it is a software-based market, all video on-demand services can use it. There's no restriction to it mainly because it's a software-based and because we are not saying any modification on the server or on the video codec.
So it's highly scalable.
Yeah.
I think you've mentioned the markets. They are currently at 30 billion and growing.
Yeah, so in year 2019, the global revenue for video on-demand services is supposed to be around 30 billion.
All right. In the interest of time, we will need to stop here. Whoever all right, one more question. Sorry, last one.
Not so much a question. Let me help them because I've been their advisor. So the current industry, the user pays the content provider a subscription service. The content provider pays the CDN as well as the player per impression. Right? So by sitting in between the player and the CDN, you can take a percentage of the pay per impression to deliver a better outcome for the content providers. So the content provider will have less churn on his customer subscription, as well as increase their revenue model of ad subscription when the people don't leave the impression. So that's their business model, and it's very, very powerful because it's an industry model which is already used for many years.
Thank you very much. So please welcome to go to the booth of Atlastream. You can see their demo, and you can also hear from them many more details. I think this is a very, very attractive market, and they're on to something pretty nice. So thank you very much.
Thank you.